The opinions expressed in the following program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect those of Rogers nor Rogers TV.
Hi, I'm Mark Canning, and I'm running for Mayor of Clarington. I want to make Clarington the most livable place in Canada by lowering your taxes, creating good local jobs, improving roads and transit, and keeping our communities safe. Residents across Clarington have been telling me for a long time that it is time for change. They feel they are no better off than they were 4 years ago or even 8 years ago. Taxes continue to rise, local jobs are scarce, communities becoming a headache and gridlock, and criminal incidents unfortunately are becoming more frequent in our beautiful communities. Having worked in the tech sector for better part of 3 decades, helping businesses and governments around the world find innovative solutions to complex problems, I'll bring this approach to Clarington and ultimately find a more effective and efficient way to save taxpayers' money. A nearly lifelong resident of Clarington, I have sat on various boards and committees in transportation, the arts, and community, and have gotten to know our people in our communities very well. It is time to work with our stakeholders, federally, provincially, in the region, and the private sector, to make it easier to do business in Clarington. And local government must finally work to bring high-speed internet to our rural and our very important agricultural communities and some of our small towns that don't have it. I have never been satisfied with the status quo. We must do better, and we can. No one has ever taken that approach. If not, we are not becoming the best version of ourselves. I love Clarington. I want to make it an even better place to live, raise a family, do business, work, and play. But to do this, I need your help. On October 22nd, choose change and vote Canning for mayor. Thank you.
Hi folks, I'm Adrian Foster, the Mayor of the Municipality of Clarington. We live in an awesome community. Minutes from your house, you can enjoy wide open spaces, you can visit a farm and go berry or apple picking, you can enjoy music and any number of festivals in our historic downtowns. You can hike, bike and ski on our trails, you can fish, golf, spend a day at the beach or even camp in a provincial park on Lake Ontario, right here in Clarington. These are some of the things that make Clarington a great place, and we've worked hard to protect them. We've worked hard to balance the quality of our community and the growth that we're experiencing. That work is paying off. It's one of the reasons that Clarington was just identified by MoneySense as the 20th best place to live in all of Canada. We've also worked hard to attract businesses and the jobs that come with them. That work is paying off too. Clarington is the host to 3 of Canada's top 100 infrastructure projects. These projects represent billions of dollars of investment in our community and thousands of jobs, and they are having a direct positive impact on Clarington. 5 years ago, our unemployment rate was far higher than the province's. We've created a lot of local jobs, and now our unemployment rate is well below the provincial average. And more investment and more jobs are coming. Clarington is on a roll. We worked long and hard to get the GO train to Bowmanville. Drive down Curtis Road and you'll see work starting at the Curtis GO station site. We're excited about the expansion of our hospital and building a new hospice. The work is not done, and we need to carefully see these projects to completion, but our efforts are paying off. What we're doing, it's working. If you're interested in the accomplishments I've made, the promises I've kept, and the work that I'm doing, please go to my website, adrianfoster.ca, and check it out. On October 22nd, please support me. I'm Mayor Adrian Foster. I ask you to re-elect me and to vote for leadership that's working.
Hi, my name is Joe Neal, and I'm the Regional Councillor for Clarington for Wards 1 and 2. Some of the viewers may recall in 2014, I won the election for Regional Councillor by 3 votes. So let me first of all just take this opportunity to thank those 3 people that put me over the top, and I appreciate you voting for me at that time. Now, since I've been the Regional Councillor, I've been fighting hard at the region to make sure that the infrastructure spending for Clarington keeps pace with the development. If you live in Curtis and Bowmanville, you're well aware of the development that's taking place, and everything's getting busier. The timelines for some of the major projects that affect Curtis residents and Bowmanville residents simply isn't keeping up with the pace of development. For example, Bloor Street, it has to happen sooner than 2023, so I've been pushing hard for that. Liberty Street, if you live in North Bowmanville, you know what that's like, although 57 is due for expansion shortly. The other major thing for Clarington is the GO train. I want to make sure that the commitment from the previous provincial government is kept by the newly elected government. We simply have to get that extension built to Curtis and Bowmanville. The other thing that I'm consistently voted against is some of the tax increases that you see out of Clarington and the region, which are above inflation. I've pushed hard to keep increases in line with the rate of inflation, and I've voted against increases that are above that. Lastly, I want to talk about water rates. I've heard from a lot of seniors that are on fixed incomes that they simply can't afford the increases that take place year after year to our water rates. They're 4 and 5%. I've been voting against that, and I'll continue to do so. Vote for Joe Neal, Clarington Wards 1 and 2 this fall. Thank you.
Hi, I am Mary Novak and a lifelong resident of Clarington. My focus is community first, and I strongly believe in honesty and integrity in its leadership. At Regional Council and Local Council, I have been a member of several planning committees and boards and volunteer for many community events, including being the driving force for the Curtis Community Complex and Library. I have been chair of Engineering and Planning Department, member of the Library Board, the Darlington Site Planning Committee, and honorary chair of a Curtis Santa Claus Parade, family concerts in the park, and a supporter of the Bowmanville Valley Lands, Bowmanville Library, and Bowmanville Soccer Fields. Clarington is growing and needs community-based leadership. I have had the privilege of serving the residents of Clarington at both the local and regional levels. I believe in an open, honest, and accountable municipal council, one that you have a right to know and participate in and see how your tax dollars are spent. I have always firmly believed that council exists to serve the people, and I am always open to answering your questions. I will be a full-time councillor. My priorities will be to provide strong fiscal leadership in keeping taxes low. We must continue to build on Clarington's future and to ensure the police, fire, EMS, and sports facilities keep pace with our growing community. I respect the vitality of our agricultural and business sectors and will work hard to create a positive environment. I am an advocate for the extension of the GO train to Curtis and Bowmanville, the Darlington refurbishment project, new sports fields with ice pads in Bowmanville, and I believe public transit, local jobs, youth programs, cycling, green space, and trails need to expand as our community grows. Here in Curtis and Bowmanville and our surrounding hamlets, you have a choice. Get involved and elect Mary Novak as your regional councillor. I bring experience, proven leadership, fiscal responsibility, and a lifelong dedication. Vote Mary Novak.
Hello, my name is Granville Anderson. I'm seeking election in Ward 3 and 4 as regional council for Clarington. Why am I running? Because I'm passionate about public service and I'm passionate about my community. I have lived in Clarington for over 30 years and I have served this community for over 15 years, both as a school board trustee, chair of a school board, and as your MPP over the last 4 years. During that time, I have brought a lot of development to our community and a lot of investments, such as GO train expansion to Curtis and Bowmanville, expansion of a Bowmanville hospital, which would be in excess of $200 million, hospice services to Clarington, expansion of the 407 and the 418 to the community, and also the redevelopment of the Darlington nuclear plant. I want to have investments around these investments. I want to bring jobs to the community. I want to create economic development. I want to make sure that our regional roads and our local roads are well serviced and well maintained. I want to make sure that we have proper interchanges for Clarington, such as the Waverly Road interchange and the Liberty interchange, which are not real interchanges for a growing, vibrant community. These are projects I want to work on, and together elect me on October 22nd, and we will continue the growth and the prosperity of our great community. You will get a full-blown and more details of my website, GranvilleAnderson2018.com.
Hello, my name is Stephen Cooke, and I am asking for your vote for Regional Councillor for Clarington Wards 3 and 4. I understand what matters to you. I've served on Clarington Council since 2014. Before that, I was one of Clarington's public school trustees for 8 years. I know our community. I grew up, went to school, and I am raising my family in our community. I have delivered for our community. As a councillor, I have worked hard to bring better local services and advocate for more jobs. I have fought to keep taxes low, and unlike my opponents, I have always been a hard no on wasteful spending, whether it was coming from Town Hall or from Queen's Park. As a school trustee, I advocated and succeeded in having a new French immersion school built in Bowmanville and secured millions of dollars for first-class technology our kids need to be ready for tomorrow's jobs. Better jobs, better services, no waste, and low taxes. This is who I am. If you elect me, I will fight at every meeting for more jobs, better accountability, lower taxes, and tax dollars spent efficiently. I will fight to protect the rights of our farmers, and I will support growing our agricultural industry. I will fight for the infrastructure and roads and transit our growing community deserves. I will fight for our families to make this the best place anywhere to grow up and grow old. That means better planning, better local services, and less bureaucracy. I'm Stephen Cooke. A vote for me for Regional Council, and I'll put my record, experience, and values to work for you.
Hi, I'm Wendy Partner, and I am running to be the Regional Councillor for Clarington Wards 3 and 4. I've been the Clarington Local Councillor for Ward 4 for the past 8 years. I have lived in Clarington almost all my life, and I am passionate about my community, the residents and businesses of Wards 3 and 4. My record on Clarington Council shows that I am not afraid to stand up for what I and those I represent believe in. As a member of Council in service to the public, we should be out in the community connecting with residents to learn and understand what matters to them. Attending community organized events helps me stay informed and in touch with the issues that are impacting our community, and I try to attend and support as many as I can. I'm on 14 Clarington committees, including Clarington Senior Affordable Housing Task Force and Agricultural Committee, giving me the knowledge and understanding and experience to work effectively at the regional level. Affordable housing issues are a growing concern, not just in Clarington, but across Durham region. I want to create opportunities for affordable housing for seniors who want to stay in their community and for others who are in need. I am and will continue to be a dedicated and strong advocate for the residents of Clarington. My objective is to come up with solutions that will stop the rapidly rising cost of housing that has forced many of our residents to leave their communities. I am also very familiar with the obstacles that face many of our agricultural businesses. Our rural regional roads must be held to the same standards as they are for urban businesses and residents, and must be able to accommodate the farm equipment of today, as these are their haul routes. I'm a champion and voice for Clarington agricultural community to make sure that we are diligent in the protection of our agricultural lands and farm businesses. Farmers Feed Cities is not just a slogan for me. I will work to ensure that all services are kept at affordable levels, providing efficient services and programs that are accessible to all residents. Remember, what matters to you matters to me, so please vote Wendy Partner for Regional Councillor Wards 3 and 4 on October 22nd.
Hello, I'm Peter Vogel, and I'm running for Regional Council, Wards 3 and 4. There are many small communities in Wards 3 and 4, and they need a continued strong and realistic representative. We are on the eastern edge of Durham region. We are not part of the major hubs. We are not always the top priority, but we don't want to be forgotten. The region of Durham is important to our everyday lives: garbage and recycling pickup and processing, police and paramedics, our urban sewage treatment, or lack thereof, are regional responsibilities. I want you to know that I was born and raised in Wards 3 and 4 of Clarington. I went to university in Oshawa, and I now live in the village of Orono, the geographic center of Wards 3 and 4. I am part of Orono's Community Improvement Plan Committee, and the Clarington Heritage Committee. I appreciate our past and am concerned about our future. Population growth is coming, and for many of our businesses, that should be good news. But we want our smaller communities to maintain the small town feel that makes them so special in the first place. Agriculture is vital to our economy as well. We cannot forget this, even as our communities grow and take over prime farmland. There has to be balance. Clarington is an ideal place to retire and good for seniors. I believe we need to encourage more accessible housing with that in mind. The Ontario government promised 30,000 more long-term care beds for Ontario. How many of them will come to Clarington, to wards 3 and 4? I believe that I could make a strong case that at least 100 should come here. That would mean more jobs, both short-term and long-term. This area is also ideal for young families. Wards 3 and 4 have space for many outdoor activities, learning, and appreciation of nature. I am part of the next generation of our community, and I am asking that you give me an opportunity to serve as your regional councillor. Please email me at votepetervogel@gmail.com. On October 22nd, please vote Peter Vogel for Durham Regional Council. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Tom Dingwall, and like you, I'm not a politician, and that's all right. There will be plenty of career politicians at Regional Council, each representing their own communities. But Durham Region is a community of communities, and as Regional Chair, it will be my responsibility to work for and represent all communities in Durham, not just ones where I've received the most votes or financial support. As a police officer and civil servant for the past 26 years working across Durham Region, I've seen firsthand the issues and opportunities in each of our many communities. I listen to both sides of conflict and have the proven ability to facilitate collaboration and find resolutions in highly emotional situations. I believe in our community so much that I've taken an unpaid leave of absence from my career to take up this challenge and effect change. As Regional Chair, I will ensure security and sustainability. Security from harm and crime, ensuring a safe living environment. The security of having good employment close to home. The security that comes when you have affordable housing in which to raise your family. The security to celebrate your culture and personal beliefs openly. The security of knowing your environment will be protected, and the security of knowing that you will have fair and balanced representation at Regional Council. And notably, the security in the knowledge that your tax dollars are being spent both wisely and sustainably to support the inevitable growth in our communities. My entire career has been based on delivering security, transparency, and accountability to Durham Region. I have fought for and defended the most vulnerable people in our society, and I fight for what I believe in. I will bring these principles with me into office. I owe no political favor, and I am indebted only to the people of Durham Region. I make evidence-based decisions and challenge the status quo. I have the proven ability to lead in high-stress situations, and I treat everyone with respect. Together we are Durham Region, and together we can make Durham Region stronger. In October, please vote for me, Tom Dingwall, for Regional Chair. Thank you.
My name is John Henry, candidate for Durham Region Chair. Were you late for work today? Were you looking at someone's bumper instead of watching your kids play soccer or hockey? Were you sitting around a meeting table in Toronto when you'd rather be sitting at your dinner table? About 2/3 of Durham's workforce stream out of all our 8 communities every day, only to be stuck in traffic on the 401 and filling the GO train. Now, don't get me wrong, there will always be people who choose to live here and work in Toronto, which is why as Oshawa Mayor, I worked with the Mayor of Clarington to bring GO train service to Bowmanville by 2024. And it is why we successfully fought to extend the 407 to the 115 by 2021. But if we're going to be all that we can be in Durham Region, if we are going to fully live up to our potential, create a great quality of life, and make sure that your kids can go to school here, work here, and raise their own families here, you and I are going to have to get serious about attracting jobs to Durham Region. That's why we need to create Durham's Job Corridor, a stretch of land around the 407 that will only ever be used by job-creating businesses. My goal as your regional chair over the next 4 years is to market and sell the businesses on the prospect of moving their operations to Durham and to encourage business here to expand, grow, and hire. I can help lead that. As Oshawa's mayor, we cut the city's debt by millions, helped bring in over $2 billion of investment. We helped revitalize the downtown. And I didn't do it alone. We did it by working with my colleagues on council across the region. We did it by being responsive to the people's concerns and respectful of the people we work with. As your chair, I will work with all 8 municipalities, all of our leaders across this massive and diverse region to build opportunity for you, for your kids, and for your grandkids. It's time Durham came together, worked together, built together for a strong future. On October 22nd, vote John Henry for Regional Chair. For more information, go to votejohnhenry.ca.
Hello, my name is John Mutton, and I'm running for Durham Regional Chair, and I want to lower your taxes. For far too long, we have heard it cannot be done. Well, I am here to tell you it can. As Mayor of Clarington, I helped to reduce taxes by putting measures in place that ensured each dollar was being spent as it was intended. And I plan to do the same if elected as Durham Regional Chairman. Keeping taxes low is never an easy task, but the process begins with a review of our core services and then allocating needed funds to frontline services and essential infrastructure. If elected, I not only intend to keep taxes low, but I plan to enhance Durham's economy to create good local jobs, build better roads and reliable public transit, safer communities, and increase accountability and transparency. I am experienced and I am ready to lead. I look forward to meeting you in each of your communities over the coming weeks. To get involved, volunteer, donate, take a sign, visit me on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, or www.johnmutton.ca. And on October 22nd, remember to vote John Mutton for Regional Chairman.
Hi, it's Mohammed Sahi. I'm running for the regional chair of Durham. I have been to many universities. I've done master in political science from Waterloo, and now I'm a lawyer. I basically deal with real estate issues. I'm basically running for the regional chair because I see every day people pinching pennies to have roof over their head. And I see that we have the highest, exceptionally higher property taxes here in Durham. And my basic premises is that politics should be about the pennies which we spend, which are collected by the people, from the people of Durham region. So I have been, like my principal aim is to take politics away from the spending spree which we are on. And ever expanding budgets and ever expanding lists of employees, and we have to buckle up and we have to reduce our budget expenses. And I would invite higher education instead of businesses who pay less money to our workers here. I would invite the Durham region to a better future which is based on technology, not based on old-fashioned way of employing people everywhere and then just keeping our budgets expanding. And then what my principal aim in running for this position is that I want to compete with those people who have run down this city, run down this region with their old politics. So I would say to the people of the Durham region, vote for me. If you want a new Durham, you cannot have that with old politics.
Hi everybody, my name is Sami Elhajjeh. I'm running to be your local Ward 1 councillor in Clarington. As a resident of Curtis, I want to represent families in the community that I live in. I live, work, play, and want to grow in this wonderful community. That is why I'm running to be your local Ward 1 councillor, to bring attention to local issues that affect everyday citizens like you and I. My goal is to bring fellow residents of Ward 1 together to collaborate and make the area a better place to live, work, play, and grow. I pledge to you that I will fight for you, families like yours, farmers, small business owners, and rural landowners. My aim is to keep taxes low while attracting business and tourism, supporting small businesses, including our farmers, and are all areas I want to focus on. I have extensive experience and knowledge in environmental and more specifically public health. My education in public health, as well as over 10 years of working experience in the public health sector, will drive me when dealing with important issues. Concerns I will address if elected as your Ward 1 councillor are keeping taxes low while maintaining and improving our infrastructure, promote tourism and attract business. I want to encourage events and use of facilities to bring festivals and tournaments, which will bring tourism and business to the community while supporting small business and farmers. I want to create transparency. I will ensure that all information is accessible and voiced in a timely manner, and that the public knows about important issues such as the energy from waste facility and the future 407 roadway. I want to protect and sustain natural environment. As a public health advocate, I know the importance of safe drinking water, air quality, and the environment. I want to create healthy communities to support our seniors, families, which will include family parks, accessibility for seniors, multi-use lanes, biking, running, walking, and waterfront trails. I will use my extensive education, knowledge, and vast experience to represent you, the citizens of Clarington. Thank you very much, and on October 22nd, vote Sami Elhajjeh.
I'm Janice Jones, and I'm running to be your local councillor for Ward 1 in Clarington. With my background in nursing, I have been speaking up for patients and families for years, and I will use this experience to speak up for you. I have raised my family in Clarington, and this is a great community to live in. I've been a strong voice in Curtis on high-density housing issues and was instrumental in this being turned down in our neighborhood in 2013. I made a delegation to Clarington Council in 2018 asking for a youth center for Curtis, and this was approved, and it will open this fall at the South Curtis Arena. I'm an active community builder in Curtis, organizing the annual Kids in the Park event at Tooley's Mill Park, as well as Shakespeare in the Park. I'm currently serving on the Clarington Library Board, as well as the Clarington Active Transportation Committee. As a nurse practitioner at Lake Ridge Health, I see many of the struggles that seniors face every day. It's not easy managing on a limited budget. I will support affordable housing for seniors and aging in place. One of my key priorities will be holding the provincial government to their commitment to get the GO train to Clarington. This is important for commuters to get home to their families earlier in the day, and you deserve that important time together. When speaking with residents, taxes are always one of the hot issues. I will do my best to keep taxes affordable and make sure your tax dollars are used in the best way. Clarington is important to me, and as it continues to grow, I want to help. I will bring fresh energy to the role of councillor. I promise to work hard and speak up for you to make an even better Clarington. On October 22nd, vote for Janice Jones, Ward 1 councillor.
Hello, my name is Franklin Wu. I'm the candidate for local council in Clarington. I would like to first of all thank Roger TV for allowing me the opportunity to introduce myself to you. Some of you may recognize my name. I was the CAO for the Municipality of Clarington from 1998 to 2016. And I have lived in Clarington for the last 40 years. I would like to stress to all my constituents in Clarington that if elected, you have my absolute commitment to improve the commercial and industrial assessment, with the net result of lessen your residential tax burden. I will work towards improving and increasing the recreational capacity in Clarington. And I will also work with my colleague on Clarington Council to manage growth, to make sure it is sustainable, and never lose sight of the fact that we want to keep and maintain our small town values. Speaking of public service record, I served on University of Institute of Technology in Durham College as board of governor for 2 terms. I was also the past chair of Durham College. I would like to keep this public service tradition by seeking a position on Clarington Council. To this end, I hope you share my values and priority, which I just outlined. And October 22nd, I look forward to your support, and thank you for listening to me.
Hello, my name is Ron Hooper, and I'm asking for your support on October 22nd to re-elect me, Ron Hooper, as your local candidate for Ward 2 in Clarington. My slogan is working with you, for you. I've been a 3-term councillor in Clarington and would like to continue my focus on balanced growth to ensure we continue to improve our infrastructure, roads, bridges, and broadband initiatives. Make sure our community is a safe place to raise our families. Being accountable for keeping our taxes affordable without decreasing services. Putting Clarington's Affordable Task Force, recommendations of which I'm a participant, into action. Attracting more new investment to Clarington that will bring more jobs and prosperity to our municipality. I have lived my entire life in Bowmanville and in Ward 2. Joan, my wife, and I have raised our family in this community. Our family business has operated in downtown Bowmanville for 73 years. I've been an active member of this community both personally and professionally, and as mentioned previously, served as your local councillor for Ward 2 for 3 terms. I am committed to working with you to make sure our community is safe and continues to thrive and prosper. Please contact me with your questions, concerns, and comments. I'm interested in and care about what you think will make our community stronger. My contact information is ron.hooper@simpatico.ca. On October 22nd, please vote to re-elect Ron Hooper as your local councillor for Ward 2, Clarington. Thank you.
I'm grateful to Rogers for the opportunity to introduce myself and to give a brief overview of what I stand for. What I bring to Council is expertise in partnership with business, community services, educational institutions and all levels of government. I also bring a genuine concern for the well-being of the individuals that make up our communities. Over the past 32 years, I have earned the reputation of being a dedicated community advocate and community leader. As Executive Director of the Durham Regional Employed Help Centre, under my watch, the agency has grown from a budget of $65,000 with 4 staff to a budget of over $4 million and over 40 full-time staff. Drawing upon this expertise, I will focus on 3 key areas: growing, caring and protecting. Growing includes growing our local economy, our businesses and our agriculture, growing our local employment, our infrastructure, and services to meet our growing communities. I stand for smart and balanced growth, making sure our communities are truly livable today and into the future. Caring means creating inclusive communities where all individuals can thrive, communities that offer great services to meet diverse needs, including the needs of our seniors, our youth, our newcomers, our differently abled people, and our rural and urban communities. It means caring, enough to ensure access to good employment, to sports, to arts, to natural spaces and other recreational opportunities. Caring doesn't happen by accident, it's a choice. Protecting means placing a high priority on the safety of our individuals, families and properties, now and in the future. Protecting also means protecting the public interest through accountability, transparency and respecting the taxpayers' money. On October 22nd, demonstrate your commitment for an optimistic and shared vision by voting for Maralyn Tassone as your Ward 2 councillor. Thank you.
Hi, I'm your neighbor, Robert Grovum. I grew up in Clarington. I've lived my whole life here, and me and my wife are raising our child here. Ward 3 in Clarington is my home, and I want to use my many years of business experience to improve the community. After many years of building an international automotive wholesale business, I stepped down as owner and operator in order to focus more on family. Since then, I've built another lucrative business. I would like to put my successful track record to good use for my community and take on the position of councillor for Ward 3. If I'm elected, I will take a leave from my current duties with my company and commit that time to advocating for you and be available to you, the resident. Clarington is just too important not to put all my effort into. I will effect positive change through some important objectives: property tax relief, building infrastructure properly, responsibly, and in keeping with the charm of Clarington, attracting industry to our community that will bring real jobs, keeping our wetlands safe for conservation, education, and public enjoyment, creating a positive arena for nonprofit developers looking to build quality care for seniors. I will also be accessible to you, so please don't hesitate to contact me at robertgrovum4ward3@gmail.com or on Facebook at Vote Robert Grovum for Ward 3. On October 22nd, please vote Robert Grovum for Ward 3.
My name is Bradley Phillips, and I'm running to represent the residents of Ward 3 in Clarington. As a lawyer at Strike & Phillips in downtown Bowmanville, practicing real estate, corporate law, and drafting wills for clients, I have the opportunity to meet and talk to residents on a daily basis about the things that matter most to them: their homes, their businesses, their community, and their families. I also volunteer my time as a member of the Bowmanville Rotary Club and sit as the current board chair of the Grandview Children's Center and as an executive board member of the Clarington Board of Trade. My team and I have been busy on the campaign, attending events and knocking on doors, listening to residents who feel like they're being overlooked by the current councillor. The current councillor has been in office for 8 years, and over that period she has moved out of Ward 3 and opened a business in Oshawa, excluding Clarington entirely. She also has the worst attendance record of all Clarington councillors. A councillor needs to dedicate their time to representing the residents of Clarington. They need to make decisions for the benefit of Clarington and not their own personal agendas. I am running because I no longer believe that the residents of Ward 3 are being properly represented at council, and I feel that I am the person who can and will represent the residents of Ward 3 best. I could go through some campaign promises here and tell you that I will be fiscally responsible and tell you the highlights of what I plan to do as your councillor, but instead I will encourage you to look at my website and look at my full platform. What I will promise you is this. I am not going to make false promises. I am going to research the issues. I am going to advocate for the residents of Ward 3, and I will do what I say. I live and I work in Bowmanville and will be accessible to the residents of Ward 3 to hear your concerns and represent you at council. This commitment can only happen if everyone comes out to vote and votes for the person who you believe will be your best representative and who you believe will get things done. On October 22nd, make sure your voice is heard and get out there and vote. I look forward to working with you as your Ward 3 councillor, and together we will shape Clarington's future.
Hi, my name is Corinna Traill, and I'm the current local councillor for Ward 3 Clarington. I am the only candidate for Ward 3 with a record of success, from ensuring the protection of Camp 30 with the Drury Lands Foundation to bringing Toyota to Ward 3 and developing our first waterfront emergency plan. I will continue to create local jobs while making key investments in our town's infrastructure. I'm a wife, a caregiver for a disabled family member, and a small business owner. I built my own law practice while serving as councillor, and as the only candidate who grew up in Bowmanville and who owns her own local business, I have a deep sense of connection to this community. My plan of action is simple. We must keep tax rates competitive so the municipality can make smart investments. As the most fiscally conservative member of council, I've only supported 4 of 8 budgets. I am not afraid to say no when it comes to curbing spending. Relying on my legal training, I have gone through every budget line by line to find efficiencies, and I've moved millions in savings for taxpayers. By finding these efficiencies, we can then make targeted investment for economic growth. I will take the burden off the residential taxpayer by broadening our commercial tax base. I plan to do this by extending sewer and water services in our employment lands so businesses can expand and relocate, and by providing development charge-free zones to attract investment. As the only candidate with council experience, I also know how to build strong and safe communities. The fastest growing demographics are older adults and young families. Our resources are becoming overburdened, and we must address growth-related needs. If re-elected, I will lobby for a new rec facility with a twin ice pad and a new off-leash dog park in North Bowmanville. Families are struggling to find adequate childcare close to home, so we must also work to attract more daycare businesses. We have a shortage of senior and affordable housing, but we also must make sure that we don't lose our small town feel. To address this, I helped establish the Seniors and Affordable Housing Task Force, and I will promote mixed-use development, including more senior housing, while protecting green space. Please join us on the campaign trail and vote trail on October 22nd.
Hi, my name is JC Dougan. I'm running for Municipal Council as local councillor in Ward 4. As a realtor, I have been selling Clarington to my clients for many years, and I look forward to the opportunity to represent Ward 4 and its unique communities. I have lived and worked in Durham and throughout Clarington since graduating from Trent University with a degree in environmental science about 20 years ago. I think the most important issue facing Clarington, and Ward 4 in particular, is urban expansion. As the GTA continues to move eastward, it's important to make sure that our communities are preserved, promoted, and properly planned to make sure that we have the infrastructure necessary for sustainability in the long term. I'm looking to bring a fresh voice to Municipal Council, and I invite you to check out my webpage and social media for information on my campaign and how I plan to keep Clarington the place to live, work, and play. Or better yet, come out and meet me in person at a number of community events, meet the candidate nights, or local debates. And on October 22nd, get out and vote.
Hello, residents of Ward 4. My name is Zachery Prescott. I am running for the position of local councillor of Ward 4 for Clarington. The 5 main points of my platform are: number 1, investing in broadband internet access for all in Clarington. Number 2, keeping taxes low through effective growth and capital forecasting. Number 3, pushing for economically sustainable planning in the future to create livable communities. Number 4, moving for a stronger balancing of high and low density housing in future developments. Number 5, creating accountability, transparency, and effectively streamline council meetings. In consultation with several members of our community, as well as municipal staff, I have studied the issues facing our residents and am dedicated to finding solutions that will allow us to effectively plan for our long-term future, not just tomorrow. On October 22nd, consider a vote for a community voice. Vote for Zachery Prescott. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Greg Rowden, and I'm running to be your councillor for Clarington's Ward 4. I'm a professional accountant, local business owner, and a proud father of 3. I'm running in this election because I want to be an advocate for the small and medium businesses that make up Ward 4 and may consider making it their home. I want to see our local farmers, professionals, and business people flourishing, creating good jobs, and contributing to the tax base of our community. A richer community will be able to afford the services that we all want. What I love about this area is that it's made up of many different communities, each with their own unique needs and issues. If you're in Newcastle, growth and development may be a concern. If you're in Orono, it may be losing important services. But one thing is certain, our communities will continue to change over the next 4 years. Your local government will be responsible for managing that change in the interests of all residents. In this election, professional experience will matter. For the past 3 years, I have had the opportunity to share my experience with the next generation, teaching a course on leadership to college students. Now I am ready to continue applying this knowledge and experience as your counselor, and on October 22nd, I would like to have your vote. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Cathy Abraham, and I'm your candidate for trustee for the Kawartha Pine Ridge District School Board. Going to school is the one thing we all have in common. And when today's students are finished school, I'd like them to be able to say, my school prepared me for life after grade 12. And that begins in kindergarten. We want our students to be able to read, write, and do math. And I will and do support finding the best way to achieve this, to teach them in a way that they can be successful, because all children deserve a chance to be successful. We must do as much as we can to prepare our students for life after high school. These young people are the future of Clarington and Canada, and they need to be productive members of society. So we must not give up on the trades alongside of academics. While our students are with us, we want them to come to school every day and feel like they are in a safe place. Every child deserves to feel safe and accepted. Our schools need to be safe places. I will continue to support having 4 secondary schools in Clarington. We are growing too fast not to have 4 schools. We must keep supporting all of our schools and all of our students. I will also support and champion new schools in Clarington when they are needed, while also ensuring that our older schools get the attention they deserve. I currently serve as your trustee, and over the past few years, I've had a variety of leadership roles, including chair of the board. My family and I have lived and worked and volunteered in Clarington for over 30 years, and I can't imagine living and working anywhere else. Our kids deserve the very best we can provide for them. I believe that my 15-year experience as your trustee has given me the knowledge and the ability to work with you, the parents, grandparents, and community members, to make this possible. I am Cathy Abraham, and on October 22nd, I ask for your support and your vote. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Sarah Bobka. I'm very proud to represent Clarington as a trustee for the Kawartha Pine Ridge District School Board. I'm now completing my first 4-year term and have learned about the education system, gained valuable experience, and grown in the role. I've demonstrated a solid understanding of how our board works and its policies and procedures. I've also demonstrated leadership and served as the board's vice chairperson for 2 years. Being a trustee means balancing the needs of the entire board while representing and advocating for the needs of Clarington. I've been a strong advocate for our Clarington schools and have built trust and positive relationships with local government representatives at all levels. It has been my pleasure to support many parents and community members over the last 4 years, helping them to navigate the education system to successfully resolve issues. I've also built strong relationships with KPR board administration and staff. In addition to my role as a trustee, I have worked in government and in the private sector. I have a background in communications, sales, and public relations. I know how to get things done and bring people together. As a trustee, I look for innovative solutions and use my fresh perspective to serve the board. As one of only 2 sitting trustees with school-aged children, I bring the perspective of young families to the board table. If elected to serve again as your KPR trustee, I will continue to listen and be your voice. Like you, I want our children in Clarington to have the best education and opportunities, and that's why I'm running for re-election. On Monday, October 22nd, please mark your X beside Sarah Bobka for trustee.
Bonjour, chers parents et lecteurs. Dear parents and constituents, my name is Anna Karina Rushkovsky, and I am running for trustee with the French Public School Board Viamonde. Je suis votre candidate Viamonde. Je me présente dans le but d'effectuer des changements positifs dans le fonctionnement du Conseil. In my professional role as an actuary working in the insurance industry, I am accustomed to administrative board duties. However, it is as an engaged parent that I hope to make a difference, because it is crucially important that parent and community voices be heard and considered. L'éducation et les écoles sont au cœur de nos communautés, et c'est surtout vrai pour la minorité francophone, qui doit combattre l'assimilation tout en gérant les défis posés par des zones scolaires très vastes, qui rendent difficile la rétention de nos élèves. Je fais partie d'une équipe de 5 candidats qui ont tous à cœur une éducation laïque de qualité, tant au niveau des programmes offerts qu'au niveau de la qualité des installations scolaires. Sous la bannière « Rêvons en grand », nous souhaitons faire avancer les projets capitaux, assurer que nos écoles francophones soient équivalentes à celles des écoles anglophones, apporter un esprit de transparence au sein du Conseil, consulter les parents, tenir compte de leur point de vue et de communiquer clairement avec eux, et exiger que nos écoles soient situées à des distances raisonnables des foyers. Car, comme l'indique le rapport du commissaire aux services en français, le manque de proximité de nos écoles francophones ainsi que des installations inférieures sont parmi les causes principales de l'abandon de l'éducation de langue française. Donc, je vous invite à communiquer avec moi en consultant notre site web rêvonsengrand.ca. Le 22 octobre, donnez une juste place à la voix des parents et celle de notre communauté en m'accordant votre vote, afin qu'ensemble, nous puissions rêver en grand pour tous nos enfants. Merci.